Alright my friends, today I want to share how I'm right now painting the faces. Yeah, literally I'm gonna share everything I know till now regarding painting faces. And I've already picked a new layer, and maybe what I will do is just I will bring this layer below my sketch layer, and I will turn my sketch layer into the multiply. Yep, these are some steps that I like to do. So let me start the timer. Okay, and I think the 20-minute will be great. And yeah, so I'm starting the timer now. The first thing that I would like to do, which I do every time whenever I do a sketching or anything stuff, that is to do an observation. Now right now means I'm learning to paint a face. I will observe the color of the face. Yep. And also now what I will focus on is the three thing, which is as or what we can say is as vs. Yeah, hue, value, and saturation. Now which will help me to pick right colors from the reference, and yeah, that will help me to pick right colors. Now for that, first I have to observe in which hue this color falls, the skin of the color, the shadow color, in which hue it falls. Now let me also give you with a little bit of explanation. So right now, and by looking and observing the reference, I see the reference is little bit of kind of is yellow, in yellow hue. So this is a hue. It can be a blue, pink, but right now according to the reference it's kind of on yellow. Yellow is little bit of oranges. And now then that's our hue. Now then the value is the skin tone is darker or lighter, and of course here is a lighter, so it will be in this up and down. That's our value. So yeah, I think it's lighter. Yeah, maybe around there. Yep, I can't be 100% accurate. Yep, just I am it's just guessing. And the saturation, it's a very unsaturated or a little bit of saturated. I think it's saturated, but not that too much saturated. So yeah, see, this is my first step whenever I'm doing a painting of faces. So right now I have to observe, and it will take around 1 and 2 minutes to do this. And I think yep, hue is little bit of yellowish orange, and I think around this, and I have to check. Let me pick a hard round brush and let me apply. I think yeah, okay, what I done, and I think it's closer to the reference, or it is little bit, I think, more lighter and little bit oranges. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So now let me close these colors color. And first of all, right now I'm just focusing on the face. Yeah, I'm ignoring the hair because it's gonna take a lot of time. So yeah, so and yep, so first I will do is I'll just put a base color. Yep, and I'm using a round brush with no opacity right now. And yeah, let me see. Okay, so this is my first step, putting down the base color. Now obviously now I will look for the shadows, and at this time we have to also let me also erase this thing. So now I put in the base color. That was my first step. Now I will just look for the shadows. Now in this area we have to also let me pick another color so I can demonstrate you. And so shadows area, see, the shadows are beneath the eyes. Eyes is full on shadow. There is a shadow on the nose, there is a shadow in this part, in this here, and means the light. Now in this situation I have to guess or yeah, assume from where the light is coming, and this sort of the shadows are falling. Now for example, if you look at the eyes, I think the light is coming from above and from, I think, this direction, because see, this part of the hair is lit up. So I think yeah, this is the this is the source from where the light is coming, because this part of the hair is lit up or light up, so whatever it is. And obviously, but there is one more confusion, because the shadows is in this side, means also the light is coming from this direction too, and here is also a shadow. See, so there are a couple of things that I have to keep in a note. And also there is a shadow in here, and also a little bit of shadow, a very light shadow over here, and our shadow also over here. and here also is a light. So it's a little bit tricky in this reference. This light is also, I think, coming from this direction and also a little bit from this direction, or maybe this can be an ambient light, like which is like the maybe it can be this situation. The light is coming from this direction and it's hitting some object from on a background or an environment, and it's getting back over here. So that can be also the case. Yeah, and I think because the most of the shadows are like this in this area, I'm assuming the light is from this direction, and there are some like environment, the ambient, because of some ambient environment, the light is like reflecting back to the like this area. I think that's the case. See, it takes a little bit of like time. You need to sometime zoom out and to observe and to like just have a, like a big picture in your mind, to get the big picture in your mind. So yeah, that's how I'm planning. Now it's time to move on. That's why I think the 20 minutes is the perfect time for the start, and maybe if I need a more time, maybe then I will add. So now again I will pick up my round hard brush and I will pick a new layer, because I want to like draw my shadows in a new layer if something happens wrong, so I can figure it out. Okay. And there's I'm like explaining a lot of things. I hope you're getting my point. And now obviously the light is coming from that direction, and let me now I will just go to my like base color that I've selected, and yeah, and the shadow color I will just go, I think it's not that darker and a little bit saturated, and I will go a little bit, I will shift my hue to a little bit to the orange, and I think I will get a decent color. Yeah, I'm happy with that. See, and yeah, it can be like 100%, and also covering my eyebrows with that same shadow color right now. And yep, okay, and there's some more shadow around the like nose over here. See, shadows, and over here too. Yep, and also the whole ear is, yeah, that's the, if the shadow is in this area, means the light is coming from this area. And yeah, I think I've done a great assumption, or like great guessing, guess, or what I'm trying to say. Oh man. And also there's some shadow over here, a little bit over here. Okay, so yeah, I'm just like looking, and here and over here. Okay, and maybe I can, yeah, and it's completely okay because we're just practicing. Yeah, so it's okay. And yeah, over here, and there is some light shadow, so maybe for that I would like to go with, I will go later on for that, and but I have to keep in mind. Yeah, I'm just now looking for the big shadows. Okay, I think for that I will now go and pick a round brush with the opacity, so which will help me to like glaze lightly over this area. See, now it's not that darker compared to the our like the shadow we have selected, and also this area, and over that this area. Okay, and also I think that the shadow is also in the upper lip too. So yep, I think that's the thing. Yep. And now and I've noticed that the most of the shadows are softer, not harsher, and yeah, there's only a little bit of like a little bit of harsher here over here, but not that too much either. Yep. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick my smudge tool, and I'm gonna smudge it gently, not that too. And yeah, I'm on right layer, and even if I like see, I'm able to like capture the like that like you can say overall the structureness, or you can say like the 3D-ness even without my sketch layer. So see, means I'm going in the right direction, or yeah, or maybe not. We will like find that at the end. And also the nose, now I'm also zooming a little bit because this sketch is a little bit smaller. So yep, yeah, okay, like little, just a tad bit, not that too much. And also I'm smudging out this part now. Yeah, this part too. And also I'm noticing some shadow over like these areas. Yeah, so yeah, okay. And I think yeah, and maybe also let me do a smudging also over this like chin. So see, just like observing the reference and doing Yeah, and also I'm seeing some more reflection that I will like I will draw for later. And now right now I think, yeah, I'm happy with my base color and shadow layer. Now after doing this two step, now it's time to like focus on is on the variation, and I'm seeing a little bit of like oranges, and maybe you are able to see or not. Let me zoom the reference. See, there's some reddish like tone on the shadows, some reddish, and there's also a little bit some reddish. Yeah, little bit, not that too much, because obviously we the blood flows into the like this cheek area, and yeah, in this like yeah. Okay, so I think it's very like very lightly on the red, and I think, yeah, this can be, I think, yeah, that will be great. And for this I'm gonna obviously pick up like a uh, airbrush, so I will glaze it lightly. So I'm not doing that too much, just to bring it like to make it more like vibrant. I'm putting a little cheek, also a little bit on lips, a little bit down over here, and yeah. Okay, and also, yeah, and there's some little bit of orange. Yeah, I will make it a little bit saturated. And by the way, I have learned this like technique from the Sam Does Art from his Patreon. So yeah, basically he is my teacher right now. I'm learning from one teacher. So yeah, a little of orange, so he tend to pick a more like saturated color, not onto the lips, maybe a little bit over here, and just I'm glazing lightly. And I think, see, this little bit of like having redness makes a huge impact. Oh man, I this is like some of the mistake that we do while painting the face. I drawn that like variation layer and the same layer of the shadow. So see, it makes a little bit of like great impactness. Okay, it's completely okay. See, that's some of the mistake that we do while like painting the faces. And also let me look at my the timer, how much the time I have left right now. Oh, I have around 8 minutes. So yeah, still there's a time to go. Now after like having a base color, shadow, and also some little bit of variation, now the thing that I'm noticing is like the highlights, like, or you can see these areas like highlights. So, and it is, let me go back to my base color, and now it is like a little bit like of like a little bit on like, I think, yeah, reddish or kind of like blue. I can be wrong. Yeah, maybe a little bit over here, maybe it's reddish, yeah, over here. And for highlight I will pick like a round brush with the opacity, and yeah, I think this, yeah, this is great. And I'm just gonna glaze wherever I'm like saying the like highlights. See, it's completely, yeah, also over the like nose. Let me make the size of the brush a little bit bigger. And again, same problem, why I'm drawing on the same layer. If I do some sort of mistake, definitely it will hurt me a lot. So I'm picking a new layer, and I think maybe I'm like talking with all of you guys, and that's the reason that I'm forgetting to like to pick a new layer. I think that's the case. Okay, it happens. And but yeah, the picking a new layer is a safe option, because you're playing safe. If something happens, you have like an like you will like, you don't have to what I'm trying to say is like, you don't have to like tackle with whole sort of colors in just one layer. Yeah, over the here, and there is some little bit of over here. Just I'm just like glazing out here, over here, a little bit of over here, and yeah, a little bit over here too, onto the chin, and also some in this area. See, I'm just like if I'm like yeah, I'm zooming out so I can see much better where are the like highlights. Yeah, let me reduce this the brush. So yeah, I think I'm getting my point. Then I will pick my smudging brush, and I will just smudge it out, because they are all softer. Yeah, I'm just gonna smudge it out. I think, yeah, and I think I'm doing right, or maybe wrong, or maybe I have to apply more highlights on some, I think this areas little bit of like, yeah. Okay, now I think I've done a great job. Or yeah, I think I've done a great job, great job in terms of like highlights. And I think also more highlights over here, which is to kind of like over here, not that too much, just slightly glazing, okay, just slightly glazing. Okay, now, okay, that's great. And I think I should add a more shadow over like here. Yeah, and yeah, let me, you see I'm focusing on smaller details right now, so I have to just zoom out. And I think that's all. And maybe I will extend the shadows a little bit over here too, like over here, yeah, to make it more like interesting. Yeah, I'm giving my own like a little bit of like flair, not like on the reference. And yeah, I've added highlights. Now I think I forget to smudge out over here on the nose. Yeah, that's great. And also a little bit of over here in the, like this wings of the nose, the light colors. Yeah, and that's great. And I'm gonna picking some more light colors, glazing over here, glazing a little bit over here, glazing a little bit over here. I'm just picking my highlight color and I'm glazing a little bit here and there. Also now I'm gonna pick my base color and I'm gonna glaze because over here, because I'm seeing some, it's not fully on shadows, like this part of the face, like this part of the face. So yeah, just like doing here and there. And now of what the step that is remained. Now I think I will go much deeper. Yeah, I'm gonna now focus on drawing more darker shadows. And that what I'm gonna pick my shadow color, and I'm gonna go that bit darker, like for example maybe a little bit more darker, and I will go in darker areas like these areas, maybe then like nose, like lips, and maybe also a little bit over here too. And I think maybe I'm drawing in the same layer again. Oh man, what the hell I'm doing right now. But it's completely okay if I don't do a mistake. It's completely okay. And also I'm seeing some more darker color in the beneath the eyes, and not beneath the eyes, like beneath the ear and under the ear, some like colors. And yeah, some more some shadows over here, some over here, and like doing a little bit of smudging. So now I think I've done a great job. Now I don't know what else I should do, and maybe that is to look for the like reflection. Yeah, maybe I told you that the light is coming from this direction, and maybe like it is like and like hitting the environments, neighboring environments or neighboring objects, and it getting back. Like for example, you can see a light brown or kind of like greenish kind of like reflection on here, and we can see a little bit of yellowish or kind of like greenish over this area. So yeah, these are the some, and here also some reflection. So what I will do is, maybe I will again, now I will just, yeah, pick a new layer. Yeah, I didn't want to go in the same layer. Maybe I will end up like messing up. So again I will pick a like round brush, and I will just gonna pick my shadow color, and I will, maybe what I will do is I'm just gonna take the help of picker tool, and I will pick the between the color of light and the shadows, and I will use that as my, yeah, the reflection light. Yeah, there's some more reflection that I'm seeing over here. And also maybe I'll take the help of the shadow colors to fill it a little bit more. And yeah, and I will do a little bit of smudging to finish it up. Yeah, I didn't want to, yeah, finish it. And if I look from distance, see, it looks great. And I think there's need a more like smudging. It's because it's much softer. And I think if you are not able to see like a seamless like smudging, what you can do is you can pick up between the color and you can glaze. So let me go to my new layer, and I will use gonna round brush, and you can pick like a, yeah, glaze it little bit so to smudge it out, and use a little bit of smudging tool. Oh, the timer is up, means we have completed our 20 minutes, and that's completely okay. So hey Siri, yeah, start a timer of 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, now okay, we have now like yeah, now we have a 5 minute basically. So now where we can work. Now I think what I will do is I'm gonna like pick the like my lips color. I think that's the best thing that I've done. I think most of the stuff, and yeah, and maybe I will go pick up like a little bit of like greenish dark, because I'm seeing the hair a little bit like that, or I'm just okay, and I'm gonna just glaze it over the like eyebrows, and I'm doing on which layer. Okay, it's completely okay. Yeah, that's some of the like we have to keep looking at the layer in which layer you are working on. And yeah, and I think I need to do some little bit of smudging from this layer. Okay, now let me pick the color of the lips. Now again, well, now I want to pick the color of the lips. What I will look for: hue, value, saturation. Now I think the hue is kind of like yeah, not fully reddish, but yeah, and the value will be I think over here, and the saturation is also kind of over here like this. And I'm gonna pick the like round brush with opacity, and I'm gonna just glaze it, and I think I've done a like excellent job. Yep. And the lower lips has more like brighter and maybe more saturated on the same like hue range. Yeah, I think I done a great job. And I'm gonna now go a little bit more darker, and to so make it more like interesting. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smudge it out, because the lips, maybe I can take the help of like eraser and make it more like pronounced like that. Lips are I think a little bit off compared to the, but what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna select, or I'm gonna like group this and gonna duplicate, and I will flatten this all, and I will have all this like sort of thing in one layer. Now I will go to like curves, and I will make it more contrasty. Yeah, but yeah, there's some okay, what I don't know, man. Let me do undo. Okay, I'm gonna like peek over here, and maybe little, just a tad bit. Let me compare preview. There is slightly not that maybe maybe making shadows a little bit darker, or maybe brighter. No, I'm not happy. I'm gonna do a reset, and again I'm gonna just like yeah, work on shadows a little bit, or you can say a little bit like yeah. So let me preview very slightly, you will be not able to notice. And also let me now in this same layer, let me do, let me pick the, yeah, I forget what it is called, scala, yeah, the eye, and maybe also let me make more like highlights, like maybe more like pronounced highlight, maybe like on this lips, on this area, maybe a little bit on the lips, yeah, a little bit over here. So yeah, so some of the highlights, making it more like pronounced, and maybe adding more little bit of like orange on this part, and maybe in the cheek area, maybe in like ear, glazing lightly, and maybe a little bit more reddish, because yeah, the bloods kind of flow on those areas. So yeah, a little bit also like little maybe, yeah. Oh, I forget, there's some little bit of like yellowish kind of like light is like reflecting over here. Yeah, so yeah, some of these things, light also over here, yeah, smudge it out. And yeah, that's how I paint my face. And if you enjoyed, and if you've watched the video till now, maybe you will enjoy this video too, so give it a watch. And until next time, keep drawing. Bye.